Hi there, folks. It is Snowhawk here. It is June 25th, 2026. And so while I cannot stream, I figure here's what I'm going to do. I'm recording these anyway. These are my stream of consciousness thoughts as I level each horse breed, each model. So I'm going to make these with a little bit more effort so y'all get to see me and the VTuber as I am doing this part that I would normally be doing anyway. And while I can't stream, I can at least upload these as pre-recorded VODs. So these are my pre-recorded VODs. You're getting my stream of consciousness as I level each horse breed. Here's generally what I do. At about 15 minutes in, I will give just some general thoughts about the horse. I'm going to give general thoughts as I go anyway, but kind of giving myself a 15-minute condensed area of what I have thought of the horse. And then about an hour in, I also want to see how I'm feeling with the horse. If I feel like I can't even make it to an hour, then I know that generally I'm not enjoying the horse. Other times, I know I'm probably going to blow past that hour and be like, oh, wow, it's been a lot longer than that. So I'm going to pull my phone up here. And I'm going to start a timer. So when I get to about 15 minutes on there, I will give just some general quick thoughts of how I feel about this horse model, which is the Friesian in this case. I was going to record these in order, but I figure I will go ahead and just do them as I have the horses in the barn. And I do have the music off because Twitch doesn't like the music. And so I can at least have some game sounds. I do have the game sounds saving to the VOD recording. I am using a transcription app so that anything that I am saying is also being transcribed. That way I have a text record of everything that I have said here, even if it's not perfect. It's close. And then we shall just go from there. If you are new around here, what I do when I am leveling horses is I will take a horse to level 11, swap to the next horse that I have to level up, go through my entire barn until I'm done with all those horses up when they're all level 11. Then I go back to every horse, the first horse that I brought out in the barn, level it to 15, and then do the rest of the horses from there. Why level 11? That is literally the halfway point. It is 33,000 experience to get a horse to level 15. So at whatever the hell it is for level 11, that's the halfway point. I know the math, I just can't remember it offhand right now. So the first horse of the day gets to be on the Dustygold trading circuit. This horse is actually my second horse today because I had to finish up a North Swedish horse. I was not looking at the screen. That was my fault. If there is weird stuff, if I notice a missed jump or something, I will point that out. Again, this is so I can keep track of what I'm doing. Is that another? It's literally the same horse I'm on. That's fun. But anytime that there's something weird, I want to keep track of what it is. I got distracted and missed that jump. That was my bad. That's funny though. None of these, of course, are me trying to be perfect about things. I'm most just trying to get it done. Like I said, if there's anything weird, I'll make note of it. If you're wondering if I'm less or more distracted when I'm playing, the answer is I'm probably more distracted when I'm not streaming. Yeah, there are times where it's easier, but then also I get unfocused very easily. So I have done some things today. I've done all of my summer dailies. I've done everything in the Hollow Woods. I did the observatory race. That got my North Swedish horse level 15. And then with this horse, I had done Lara's riding exercise and the vineyard race, I think. And then I decided that I would go ahead and just start this video over so that you guys could see what I am doing and hang out with me as I am doing it. I need to feed the chipmunks anyway, but it is Thursday, which means we have chipmunks to feed. I will always take a little extra player experience. Chipmunks fed. Now let's do our race. That's funny. I just have to look over at the transcription software and what it's heard when it heard the pings through my microphone for the countdown for the race. That's not what you're supposed to be. There's not a noise gate for the microphone with the transcription software, so it picks up a lot more than OBS does. Obviously, there will be sections where I just get quiet, and I do apologize for that. Kind of, sort of, but not really, because, yeah. That's the way I am anyway. I want that bottle. I have acquired the bottle. Alright. Eve's race is done. We'll just head on down to Fort Pinsa. Already 7 minutes in. It doesn't feel like I've been on this horse that long. Which, compared to the last two that I've done, the stream of consciousness thought, I've had the stream of consciousness thought with my timer up and looking at like how long it's been and saying something, because those horses I was like, man, it's got to have been an hour and it's still 20 minutes out. So I'm getting messages from my partner. You can wait. I would rather it be, oh wow, it's already been X amount of time that I've been on this horse, as opposed to being, oh, this feels like a slog. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest things, biggest driving factors of, do I consider this horse to be something I would purchase full price again? especially when it comes to the older horses that have not had a price drop. I have thoughts about the price drops. Like number one, I don't think that the 4 they moved over to Marley's Vintage Barn, hanging out there with Ferdinand, I don't think their price has been dropped enough. I think those guys should be at least half price. And I feel like anything that is 5 years old should be dropped a quarter of the price if it's more than 5 years old. Which I think would put it at the Tennessee Walking Horse. I'll have to look. Have it. Let me see. Part of Mushroom of Consciousness is these thoughts, so I'm going to just go ahead and pull this up. Where is it? All right, so 5 years ago would be 2021. The Arabian, and I would include the Pentabian with it, even though the Pentabian released later. Yeah, the Pentabian released in May of 2023, but the model is from 2021. So May 5th, 2021, those horses, anything from that horse back to the Yorvik Wild, which is actually just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just like 6 horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice 5 horses. Well, 6 if you count the Pentabian, so. Those guys should be like, not moved. They're fine where they are. But I feel like they should be like a quarter. Their price dropped by 25%. And then prior to the Yorvik Wild, those horses on the old skeleton should be half price. And all of those guys should be over there with Ferdinand. All of them. Every dang one. Which, yes, would mean no horses in Dundle right now. Because they're all old. Also, all those horses over in Dundle, it's hard to, like, if you don't have Dundle open, obviously you can't get any of those. And I don't think any of them are available at Moorland. Have to look. Because the Yorvik Connemara's are still over at Dundle. And then they have the North Swedish horse and they have the Clydesdale. There's no way to sneak over and get those. The same with the breed I can't pronounce up at, what's it called? Golden Leaf Stables and the Belgian Warmblood. But they go on sale. The Belgian Warmblood especially goes on sale. Plus you can get the H&M horses over at Yorvik Stables. I like the idea of having horses available in multiple places. I don't think all of them should be available in both places. If you're going to have them available in more than one place. I would have liked to have seen like 3 Brabants available with Steve and then the rest of them available on Paddock Island. Are they gone already? It's only 50. No, they're still there. About to say, it's not time for them to be gone. Whoops. No, none of them are available here. In fact, the oldest horse here, it looks like the Irish cob. None of the Jorvik wilds are here. I thought there was one. And they can't say it's because, well, X area is blocked off because the Criollo and the Gotland are both on South Hoof, and you don't get access to South Hoof till level 7. I need to make a list of what horses are here and see if it goes up or if they take one off. It's interesting, though, that the Irish cob is here. It's a relatively older horse. Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Off to do my stuff. Yeah, we're at almost 16 minutes. So, as I set up for this race, initial thoughts with the Friesian, and of course, this is not like my very first initial thoughts. It's just initial thoughts from this play run, from this period. I don't hate the Friesian model. I actually really like it. It's gorgeous. It's I like it just in general. I like that the Friesian models have this sort of shine to them that even some of the other newer breeds don't have. I wish they would do more of that. It's a little harder to see in like this sort of evening light that I've got right now. But if you watch, back here on the horse, you can kind of see the sort of like shine that it has. And it's all over the horse too. It's up here on the front legs. And of course it's got its baked on like shine, but then you have this shimmer that's back here. And I think one of the only other breeds that does that just in general is you call techie. It took me a while to notice the shine on the Friesian. I think I was leveling... I don't think it was here. Yeah, I think it was one of the... I think it was just one of the other black Friesians I had. But I just noticed that I was like, man, you are excessively shiny. Is that just your texture or... And I was like, no, that's an actual like shine that it has to the actual model itself. I'll need to pull out the thinned worm and see if it's on there or not, but... I did those backwards, but whatever. All right, off we go to New Hillcrest. So one of the things also I've noticed is sorry, I was yawning there. This is something that they've been like working on getting out of the newer models, but it's really bad in these most of the older ones. When they jump, there's no like follow through. They don't actually land. They just kind of like fall to the ground. Some of the horses do it more noticeably than others. One of my friends can't stand the Friesian because it does that, but I really feel like the Tennessee walking horse is worse. When it comes to that kind of stuff. God dang it, come on. The ASB is really bad for it, actually, now that I think about it. It sucks that two of my favorite breeds have a jump that just makes me not want to ride them. I don't have all of them, but, you know. I'm just, it's a turn off, I should say. All the jumps are really that way. A lot of it, once you notice it, it can feel like they changed something. I don't think they have. I think it's just you noticed something looked off, and now you can't unsee it. There it is. That's a blue one. Why? I was nowhere near the edge of the screen. What the fuck? Try not to curse. I'm really trying hard not to curse, but it's getting real hard because sometimes it's like, why would you do this to me? That was extremely rude, game. Alright. Nothing. Alright. Damn it. That one's blue. Nothing. Nothing. Holy crap. Nope, nope, up. There you go. Oh, shit, where is it? I need to make up a map with all the locations for these. For these nodes. I have, I know the coordinates are on the wiki, but I need like a map. I need a visual representation, not just. These are the coordinates. You're blue. Where's the other one over here? Of course. The one I couldn't see. Come on. Get unstuck. There you go. I tell you, after having done a Jorvik Connemara, running around for at least an hour to kind of get a feel for like for the model, because I didn't have I hadn't bought a second one yet, and I went ahead. I did buy a second one, but man, I don't. It's just there is such a stark difference. I wish I recorded my Murwari thoughts. I hadn't done that. I mean, I might have recorded them, but I don't have them like one of these separate, you know, videos. As of right now, the Duskbar training circuit takes me about 2 hours to do if I'm doing just one horse. I know in the Hollow Woods it takes me about 20 minutes. Well, shoot. All right. Where did I mark that off? Forgot those two. I don't think I finished my initial thoughts about the Friesian TLDR. Initial thoughts, I like it. But I've known that. It should come as no surprise to anyone that the Friesian is one of my favorite horse models. The horse that got the Snowhawk name, and the horse that eventually got named after my Tiefling's pet hellhound, are both on the Friesian model. So... the Snowhawk horse being a Kama, and Cinders being one of the Findworms. All right. Oop, right there. More archaeology sites. Hey, self, stop yawning. No. Hey. Thank you. Jeez. Okay. That's it. Get stuck on a rock. Blue. Oh, I thought I jumped too soon. Felt like I jumped too soon. What was that? Oh, that was one of my books. Book. I don't actually need you right now because your first summer notes. All of my summer days notes down. So, okay. Anyway, haha. That was weird. That marked down. I have that one marked down. All right. Off to the challenging Greendale race. I don't know if I'll go all the way to 15 with this video because I'm getting kind of hungry. And I can unfortunately not pause these OBS recordings. But at least they save if something crashes. That tree is just totally in the way. It needs to not be there. Or at least those branches need to not be there. I didn't say it's just going to be a stream of consciousness about the horse. It's going to be my stream of consciousness as I'm playing the game. The fact that I'm not saying a whole lot about the horse in general is probably a good thing. I was going to lock into like a numerical score for their gates and stuff, but I think I want these to be more about me just playing the game with the horse that I'm making notes on, so. I mean, what else am I going to say? It's got a nice walk. Got a nice trot, you know. I like the canter. I like the gallop. A little more. It's really not that much different. A little more extended than the canter is. Trot's very animated. A nice sensible walk. And of course the fast gallop and the faster gallop are just the same thing, but you know. Those two are the same thing with higher higher speeds for the second one. But it's less the faster and the faster gallop are less collected than the regular gallop is. We can kind of see with the jumps what I'm saying about the horse doesn't actually like land. It sticks its front legs out and then it immediately starts running again. In all of them. So. Whereas in comparison to the Connemara and the Swedish Warmblood, I didn't check the Brabant that much, but I should get a chance to. Where did that Brabant get leveled up? I don't know. We'll see. But I know with the Connemara and the Swedish Warmblood both, what they do to make it look like they're actually landing. When a horse lands from a jump, the fetlocks I don't want to say they collapse. They compress, the horse is compressed downward onto the fetlock, and a lot of times the fetlock will actually touch the ground. So one of the things that Star Stable has done with these horses at least, I noticed it with those two, but I haven't checked with all the others that have been released in the last year or so, year and a half, is their front hooves actually sink into the ground if it's on flat ground. So it's mimicking that sort of look without having to do a special animation depending on if the horse is landing on ground that's lower or above where they just were. Because if we're talking just animations for flat ground, for stuff like this, here in the arena, that'd be easy enough to, you know what you're always going to land on. But when we start talking like our cross-country jumps, and jumping out in the world, that's when you get this sort of need to cheat a little bit. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. Because I would rather have the horse feel like it's actually landing as opposed to just it starts running in midair, which is what a lot of the horses do. But at least the Friesian doesn't fall out of the sky. It just starts running in midair. There we go. Okay. Now our H&M courses. Can't wait till the Mustangs go on sale. There's several that I have been wanting. And I think all of my Mustangs are leveled up right now. That's really great. glasses hit the mic. I'm wearing a different set of glasses than I normally wear, and they have little cat ears on them. So they're pointy, and they keep hitting my mic. That was off the screen. This liver chestnut is just gorgeous. Is this one liver? Is that what they call this one? Where are you? My God, I have too many tabs on here. Jeez. Okay. Liver chestnut. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought you were. That's a very head-high jump, I'm noticing. It doesn't, like, put its head down and... I guess they are more traditionally carriage horses. Looks a little weird. Okay, off to the medieval camp. This is not a Duskmore training circuit video, so this is going to be me just taking the trailer because I ain't running. I do enough running. We're about to hit level 13. We'll do that with, not this race, but the next one. Our next one. Oh, for Penta. Okay. I don't need to do any championships right now. I've completed my championship ranks with this character. I should probably do them on song, but I don't want to. Get them done with Ashley, but not the other girls. Here we go. Gauntlet first. Might not make it quite to an hour, but only because I'm hungry. Not because I dislike this horse. Have a craving for something sweet, and I am out of snackies. I need these guys to go on sale because I need this horse, and I need this horse, and yeah, need these two, and they're my last two Friesians. But I want them to go on sale first. Wait, I already marked that off. This breed's I would pay full price for it, but I prefer not to. Come on. Close that. There we go. All right, gold leaf gauntlet. Oops. That was way too soon. Gold leaf gauntlets. Now, what I have been doing is I have been going from here up to marching gas because it's just right. Trees are in the way. Just right there. Do I want to do that and then get a snack, or do I want to pause here? Well, not actually pause the video. I want to be stopping the video and stopping my recording. But I've been going for almost an hour. So, thoughts after an hour. I mean, like I said, this is a horse that I would buy if it was on sale. Definitely, if there were some that I needed, or if I wanted duplicates. It's not a horse that I would... It's a horse that I would buy at full price. I would just prefer not to, because I'm a cheapskate. But it's a good horse. I like it. It's a nice horse. It's pretty. It's got this gorgeous shine to it. I generally like its gaits. I mostly like the jumps. I can't stand that it's cut off at the end. That is so annoying. Yeah. So anyway, almost an hour in. There's my thoughts. I'm going to go get a snack. The only reason I'm stopping is because I want to go get a snack. I might be back with the rest of this horse's leveling. Next, like 2 levels, which I should be able to get tonight. But in the meantime, I'm hungry. I want a snack. If I don't see you again, I will see you on... Well, either way, I'll see you on the next stream or the next video. So, you guys take care, have fun, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.